Hey everyone, welcome to my channel here on YouTube at the Hex Witchery. It is officially, what day is it today? It is March the 12th. It is a Sunday. I'm sitting in a little dome-like area outdoors. I needed to get out and be near some nature, as you can see. I wanted to touch up on a few things because people seem to be really fascinated with the subject, which is shamanism and shamanic journeying. Okay, so before I get into that, actually, I am wearing sunglasses, and even in my other videos, I'm wearing sunglasses from a company called Twinz, made with real wood. And Alef Lavik. Love Shnagalution. Still got a look wild.
Stech?
So yeah, I just ordered some soup. It's March, don't get deceived by the sun. So we were talking about Twinz. Okay, so Twinz is owned and operated by two Gyumri guys who make stylish sunglasses. So there's, in my other videos, I'm wearing other sunglasses that I think I purchased like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And this, they inscribed my name in the inside. They're really amazing, guys. The sunglasses, like, I can't wear all types of sunglasses because it hurts, like the plastic ones, even if it's expensive, it hurts the bone on my nose. This is wooden, so it just sits right, it's comfortable, and I had these tinted, so I don't want people to make eye contact with me. But this is salt, we don't need salt. Yeah, so I don't know, I think it's very fascinating. Why I brought up Twinz. Go in there if you're in Armenia, go to Gyumri. It's on Rustaveli Street. I'm distracted with the soup. It's in Rustaveli Street, close by the center of Gyumri. Basically, it's in like a 200-year-old stone building made about 200 years ago, like I said, and it's very symbolic. The houses are very corresponding, or like pretty much what we have left of Western Armenia, because it's the same type of houses that you'll find in Kars. Okay, so guys, shamanic journeying. This is something that I would usually eat when I do some form of shamanism on someone. Shamanic journeying is slightly different than what shamanism is, because shamanic journeying is only a small percentage of an entire huge vast cultural within your ancestry and your ancestors, and what their magical, spiritual, energetic nature, wholeness, oneness, connection was, okay? And this dates back, forget about Ayurveda, forget about like the concept of witchcraft. This dates back like thousands, if not hundreds and thousands of years, okay? So as you may or may not know, I've been a shaman, I would say professionally, for a good 15 to almost 20 years. I know I'm a lot of things. I'm a psychologist, I'm into Reiki energy work. I'm into a lot of stuff. I have certifications. I've done lots of, community work. Doing this, it's fantastic, and it makes me always feel like I'm on the right track, helping people. So shamanism is basically, I don't want to go about it in a way the indigenous people of North America go about it, because I'm not Native American, Native, Indian, and that type of, concept. But you operate globally. The elements and nature is all over the world, okay? So the concept of the cultural concept right now is not very important to get into, but more so of what it really does. So in regular psychology terms, there's a word called disassociation, and in shamanism, that is when like the shaman gets in the person's energy body and does a soul retrieval, because it's very similar, the psychology concept of disassociation and soul loss. Soul loss, you're not actually losing your spirit, you're just, your soul has been like fragmented. So your inner power, your inner voice, your passions, your will to live, you know, it could be a concept of depression, it could be many different things, but the only difference is with disassociation in psychology terms, they're not getting into the spirit. I mean, nowadays, they're, depending on the actual professional, they could be incorporating that, but in terms of how it actually operates, they don't bring the spirit in. We don't bring the spirit in. So I like to, not on all clients, but I like to, for those who are open to it, bring in the spirit to the practical terms. Okay, so if you want to call it mysticism, you want to call it shamanic, you know, energies, you want to talk, whatever you want to call it, okay? But there is a similar concept with all of them. Let's see how hot this is. Yeah, no kidding, it is spicy. Okay, so yeah, I just, you know, even if you're an atheist such as myself, I look at it as energy, lost parts of your energy or blocked aspects of your energy, chi, ki, life force, which is blocking you from being happy, living your authenticity, being who you truly are, expressing who you truly are and what brings you happiness. It can block your manifestations. You can even actually literally do all the law of attraction, all the energy work you could possibly do, all the mantras, all the prayers, but you still feel blocked because you're not hearing out where, through trauma or through pain, from fear or loss of power or some force that came and took something from you, you know, the energy, your spirit tries to protect yourself from trauma, emotional, spiritual, physical, energetic, and it kind of starts to go away so that it doesn't physically hurt you, but you still feel disassociated, if this makes any sense. It's like something is missing type of thing. So I want to keep this video short, but I just want to say that I've been doing this professionally. I was doing a cord cutting, like I said, the other day. My client, she calls me back all the time. She tells me in steps how she's feeling. When I did the session on her, she was so relaxed and she fell asleep after, and which is good signs. Everybody, you know, experienced something different. But this is a woman who's like very amazing. She's spiritual herself. She's very aware, self-aware. She's in, you know, top. She has her own organization supporting, you know, battered women, indigenous women, Jewish women, black women. So she's in a really high standing position, and she gets really overwhelmed from time to times because people envy her position, and we wanted to remove, and she has, you know, a boyfriend who's very envious of that because he cannot achieve what, you know, it becomes kind of like a power play. So we were just removing out all that negative attachments that he had on her. With me, if I actually do, whether it's cord cutting, remote from far or in person, I couple it with energy Reiki, okay? So I use my palms. We don't necessarily need to have background drumming music, but it's always good to have it, in the, you know, because it sets the mood. And I literally get in there in your energy field and remove the energy that is negative and traumatic. Literally blow it away, The energy goes to the void of the universe, away from everyone that's associated with you. And then we don't leave it at that. We literally bring in the chi ki energy from the universe, which is corresponding with Reiki, and we close up where those negative cords were with loving thoughts, loving energies, putting in willpower, putting in the passions, whatever I sense on the individual's chakras that's lacking, you know. And I say it out loud and I affirm it out loud, so that that's naturally, the intention is with love, so that person's auric field can now resonate and they live through that. Then I clear, you know, before and during and after, I clear with a golden white light their entire auric field. Okay, and then we seal it with blessings and a darker aura, so that nothing really comes in to intrude and rip anything away from that person. What happens after that, it depends. Everybody, you know, experiences something different, but it's vitally important for the 3 days. The person takes everything a little easy, just rests, and they got to do their own, you know, little upkeeping with that, in a sense. Take care of themselves, eat right, listen to themselves. When something doesn't feel right, listen to that. Don't feel the need to people please. If something doesn't sit right with you, you're going to regret it. You're going to feel remorse. That creates more anxiety. That creates more blockages in your energy field. That creates more trauma, because then you start to make decisions and take actions that are going to cause more problems for yourself and those around you, because they start to resent things too. Okay. Now that's only one concept. That's the cord cutting. Now soul retrieval, there's many ways, because not even just soul retrieval. Like, I remember I used to rent out a place downtown Toronto, and there was a lady that had came in. She was telling me, please, like, Talar, like, I think you have this natural gift. When I talk to you, I already feel shifts of negative energy transmute. And she's like, I've tried going to chiropractors, and it gets worse. She basically had a nerve in her ankle that was just not, no matter what happened, it was stagnant. It was always painful. She would have inflammation, her bones would hurt, knee pains it would cause, you know. And she had all this Reiki done, she had all this energy work done from different practitioners, and I was her last resort. And I remember when she came next to me, she's like, I'm going to cancel my next chiropractic session. I've had all these massages, you know, there's just something about you, please just do you know, shamanic energy, whatever it is that you do, you know. So I'm like, all right. Literally, like, I'm not physically touching her. She's laying on the massage table bed, and I'm just going over, because in shamanism there's the elements that we bring in. A lot of people were imbalanced when it comes to the elements. This is not just an energy thing in terms of spirituality, guys. There's energy all around us. This is water, this is liquid, this is earth, but it's also liquid, but it's also fire, because it's spicy, you know. So there's imbalances. Sometimes we have underbalance, sometimes we have an overactive. So there's blockages, there's numerous things. So, you know, depending on where my intuition, because I'm getting in the energy field with their consent, because people call me, people ask me, can you do this for my husband, my boyfriend, my fiance, my sister, my brother? And I say, listen, because that person is not coming directly to me and asking me, I cannot forcefully enter their energy body and without their consent change some stuff up on them. I don't operate that way unless you get them to agree to come see me. However, if this situation, I usually work with the person who's welcome to want me to work with them. However, I do tune into what's around them, and if there is a form of consent, whether it's their higher self or their protection, and they give me the consent, then I will be able to do it. And if they actually tell their spouse or their partner they want me to do this on, that there is something like this, would you be open to it? That's all I would need. Anyways, going back to the lady on that I was doing the energy healing, okay, on her ankle. So literally, like, I'm getting there and I'm doing all these like Reiki and I'm working with the elements. This is obviously water. It can be air, you know. But there's different kinds of water. There's driplets of water, there's waves of water, like ocean like, there's the water in the body that needs movement. So as I was doing this and doing that, literally you could see the veins in her ankle like doing what I'm doing. Okay. And she's like, oh my God, I feel a shift. This has never happened before. This is why I felt calling to you. And like, she's like, you need to be my specialist in this and whatever. And so like, we did like sessions, and like, I'm telling you, from like the first day, the second day she called me, not even the first night she called me, she's like, you have to believe that the pain is literally gone and I'm going to keep you updated. Because like, she's like, I could feel it moving. That's how effective this stuff is, guys. So remember, all the trauma that I've been through like all my life, I have healed myself. And there have been times where I wouldn't want to, because sometimes, you know, you do seek like companionship from people or like whatever it is. But majority of the time I do this stuff on myself. I do the psychology, I do the spiritual, I do the energetic and whatever. And that's how I move on. And people are always like, how does Talar always like do this? How does she always survive? How does she go from surviving to thriving and being happy and doing everything on her own? Guys, it's a lot of work to be me. It's a lot of work to be energetically aware and a conscious person. It's a lot when you're sitting with people and they love your energy and they constantly want your energy and they don't want to work on it. So I work on my boundaries a lot. Boundaries are so important. And that's it. So if you want to have a session with me, guys, I'm really thinking about creating a website again like I used to have, where you could literally purchase through my website and the set fees and everything. I know I only have the PayPal and it doesn't give a set fee, and usually if someone contacts me, I let them know, okay, if they want a tarot reading, if they want a psychic reading, if they clairvoyant reading, if they want just knowledge, I give them a set price and they just send it to me through PayPal. But I think I should start to make a website again and put this all on there, because there's like a high demand right now of people like contacting me that they feel like they want their soul returned, or lost fragmented parts of their soul, which goes to other people, goes to dimensions, and it's hard for most people to get it back. And I'm so thorough in my work that like I get in there, I remove, and I implant like with love that energy. So I'm gonna enjoy my soup, and that's pretty much it. Okay, I love you guys all. If you have any questions, email me, redearthgoddess@gmail.com. I know I've kept my old email. If not, leave me a comment, like, share, subscribe, and that's it. Goodbye.